we are back with the Teelee Tekken lessons. And you know what P stands for? Pikachu. No, wrong. Well, yeah, Pikachu's awesome. But instead of Pikachu today, we're going to talk about pressure. So let's get started. So, pressure in Tekken 8 in general is literally offense. It doesn't just apply to Tekken 8. It's always been like that throughout majority of the whole Tekken games. Pressure is literally just offense. That's that. Offense. Anyway, so when it comes to Tekken 8, there's multiple ways to go about pressuring your opponent. You know, being very aggressive and make your opponent get nervous or freeze up against you. So you could poke them to death, which is basically poking is you have your regular strings, right, in the game, your regular sequences of button inputs, but to throw your opponent off, you don't finish your strings. You actually do small little strings here and there. It's basically small Tekken. So you do small little strings here and there, but on top of that, you can also mix it up, which keeps your opponent guessing, which is what Tekken 8 is known for anyway. And that's what really confuses your opponents. If you have a character who will literally poke you to death, or your opponent to death, right? It becomes a major problem. So poking is another way to go about it. And then there's also counter hits, which I discussed in the last video. Counter hits, self-explanatory. Counter hits is what really builds up your damage. And if you manage to open your opponent up with a counter hit, it leads to a damaging combo or just losing because they keep pressing buttons and they're not blocking. So there's that. So there's poking, counter hits, and also, if you want, there's also guard breaks. We'll talk about that in the next chapter. There's also there's so much to go along with Tekken. Oh yeah, of course combos. Like, we cannot forget about combos. If you don't have combos, I don't know. Just kidding. But yes, combos are very important too, because there's characters with very damaging combos, and then you got mix-ups, characters with stances. There's so many ways to go about pressure, but if you pretty much grasp the idea of how your character really works, and you definitely work on your offense and understand pressure in the game in general and when to attack as well as when to not attack so you don't get hit, you'll go extremely far in Tekken 8.